It often feels like employee benefits are this constant balancing act.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Employers trying to offer competitive packages, employees needing great coverage without it costing a fortune. It's tricky.
It really is. But what if there was a way to kind of sidestep that whole tug of war?
And actually satisfy both sides.
Yeah, genuinely.
Well, that's sort of the promise behind what we're digging into today. It's called the Preventative Care Management Program, or PCM.
Right. And the core idea, as I understand it, is to create a real win-win.
Exactly. We've looked at various sources, client case studies, program guides, to really get into the nuts and bolts.
So our mission for this deep dive is to get specific, move past the buzzwords, and unpack the actual tangible benefits of PCM for employees and for employers.
Yeah, trying to give you listeners some solid takeaways, knowledge that could potentially mean real financial and well-being advantages, whether you're on the team or running the company.
Because it really tackles that fundamental challenge, doesn't it? How do you offer really comprehensive support for your people?
Without breaking the bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
And PCM seems to offer a pretty unique structure to try and achieve that.
Okay, so where should we start? Maybe with the employee side. Because if the benefits aren't actually good for the employees, then, well, the whole thing kind of falls apart.
Good point. And for employees, a really big piece of this is the focus on preventative care. It's proactive.
Not just waiting until someone gets sick.
Right. It's about giving them tools and support to stay healthy, or maybe catch things earlier.
And it looks like a pretty wide range of tools. I mean, 247 telehealth is mentioned. That sounds incredibly convenient.
It really can be. Imagine, no need to schedule an appointment weeks out, no sitting in waiting rooms, just get immediate advice. That access alone is huge.
Huge for convenience, and I guess maybe for catching things early, too.
Potentially, yes. Addressing something minor via telehealth might stop it becoming, a bigger, more serious issue later. Then there's often a personal health dashboard.
What does that do exactly?
It gives employees like a snapshot of their health risks based on their input, and crucially, gives them actionable things they can do.
So it's empowering information you can actually use.
Exactly. And it's not just physical health, right? I saw counseling support, holistic coaching.
Correct. That's so important. Recognizing that mental and physical health are, well, they're linked.
That totally. So having counseling available, coaching for maybe longer term goals or stress, that's invaluable support.
And there's also the EAP Employee Assistance Program. That fits in here, too.
Yeah, think of EAP as a broader support system, helping employees navigate different challenges, personal, work-related, offering confidential help.
Like a safety net for life's curveballs.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is in the typical PCM package for employees?
Well, often there are supplemental insurance options, things like accident, disability, life insurance, critical illness cover.
So extra financial protection.
Exactly. It adds to that feeling of security, which is part of overall well-being, even if it's not strictly preventative.
Makes sense. And I saw nutritional guidance, weight management programs.
Yep, definitely a holistic approach. And then there's minimal essential coverage, MEC.
MEC, that sounds like baseline health coverage.
It is. It ensures access to, essential preventative services, screenings, and also prescription medications. It covers the basics required.
Okay, but one thing that really jumps out from the materials is this idea of no out-of-pocket expenses for a lot of this.
That's a major point for employees. Removing that cost barrier makes people much more likely to actually use these services, whether it's the telehealth or the preventative screenings.
It simplifies things, makes healthcare feel more accessible, online consultations, support when you need it.
It all points towards a package designed for ease of use, comprehensive support, and critically, without hitting the employee's wallet directly for using these included services.
So the immediate benefit is clear access and support without the direct cost. But you mentioned an indirect financial benefit, too.
Yeah, think about it. If you use telehealth early for something minor, maybe you avoid a trip to urgent care or even the ER later on.
Which can be incredibly expensive.
Exactly. So access to preventative care and early advice can help employees sidestep those much bigger health costs down the road. It protects their finances indirectly.
And presumably, feeling healthier and more supported by your employer, that has to impact things like job satisfaction, maybe retention.
Absolutely. Happier, healthier employees who feel their company invests in them. They're generally more likely to stick around. Which actually brings us neatly to the employer side of the equation.
Ah, yes, the other half, the win-win. So what's in it for the employers? I know cost savings are a big part of the pitch.
A very big part. Specifically, direct savings through FICA taxes.
Okay, explain that connection. How does offering a wellness program actually reduce an employer's FICA tax bill?
So the PCM program is structured as a wellness benefit, and contributions towards it can often be made pre-tax by employees.
Pre-tax. Got it.
When employees contribute pre-tax, it lowers the company's overall taxable payroll. And since the employer's FICA contribution is a percentage of that payroll.
Lower payroll means lower FICA taxes for the employer.
Precisely. It's a direct reduction in their payroll tax liability. And we have some pretty compelling case studies on this.
Let's hear them. Real numbers always help.
Okay, so one case study involved a service business, about 57 active employees, paid bi-weekly. They implemented PCM. Their bi-weekly pre-tax deductions for the program were over $22,000.
Wow. Okay, so what did that translate to in tax savings?
Well, the employer FICA rate is 7.65%. So those deductions resulted in over $5,100 in after-tax savings for the employer every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, so annually.
Check it out. It was over $130,000 in annual tax savings for a company with just 57 employees.
That is significant, a direct cut to their payroll expenses.
Really is. And there's another one, a service retail client, bigger this time, over 210 eligible employees. They started in 2024.
What were the results like?
They saw an annual increase in the value of benefits offered of over $228,000 and their estimated annual tax savings, over $41,900.
So again, substantial savings, even while increasing the benefits value. It seems consistent.
It does. And looking beyond specific cases, some of the program guides suggest average net FICA savings of around $650 per W-2 employee per year.
$650 per employee just in FICA savings. That adds up fast.
It certainly can. It's a direct impact on those mandatory costs.
Okay, so the direct financial saving via FICA is clear. What about other, maybe less direct advantages for employers?
Well, think back to what we said about employees. Healthier employees, employees with easy access to support.
They're likely to be more productive, take less time off sick.
Exactly. The program is designed to improve health and access to care. That naturally feeds into better productivity, reduced absenteeism. That's a pretty logical link.
And that impacts the bottom line too, obviously. What about morale? Retention?
That's another key area. Offering benefits that employees genuinely value, that make a difference to their well-being.
Yeah.
That boosts morale.
Makes them feel the company actually cares.
Right. And that fosters loyalty. It makes employees less likely to look elsewhere. Some data even suggests employees see their own overall healthcare spending go down with PCM.
Which makes the benefit package even more attractive to them.
Definitely. Reducing employee turnover is a huge cost saver in itself. Recruitment, training, it's expensive. So improved retention is a major plus.
And in today's job market, having a really strong benefits package, that's a competitive advantage, isn't it? Helps attract talent.
Absolutely. PCM can help employers stand out by offering comprehensive benefits, potentially without a massive increase in their total compensation spend, because of those FICA savings.
Is it complex to manage, though? Does it add a big administrative headache?
The documentation suggests it's designed to be streamlined, to integrate with payroll and FICA fairly seamlessly. Companies like TaxAdvantage.ai, mentioned in the sources, specialize in simplifying the implementation.
So hopefully not trading tax savings for massive admin overload.
That seems to be the goal. Which brings us back to that core win-win idea, connecting the dots.
Right. Let's explicitly link it all up. How do the employee wins and employer wins feed each other?
Okay, so employees get better access to care, telehealth, coaching. They potentially get healthier, feel more supported. That's their win.
And that employee win, better health, less stress leads to the employer win of
higher productivity, less absenteeism, maybe even lower long-term healthcare cost trends for the company's main health plan, potentially.
Okay, that connection's clear. What about the money side?
The employer implements PCM, structures it pre-tax, and gets those FICA savings we talked about. That's a direct employer win.
And those savings
help fund the very benefits the employees are receiving. It creates this virtuous cycle. The savings enable the benefits. The benefits lead to a healthier workforce, which benefits the employer.
It sustains itself.
That's the idea. One guide called it a wellness solution for employees. That's also a saving solution for employers. Both sides benefit from the same program structure.
So it's not about choosing between saving money or supporting employees. It's presented as a way to strategically do both.
Exactly. A different way of thinking about benefits.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the main takeaway seems pretty powerful. The PCM program looks like a strategy where employers can potentially get real, direct cost reductions through FICA savings.
While, at the very same time, providing a suite of genuinely valuable health and well-being benefits to their employees.